While we are pleased to learn that the officer who senselessly killed my beloved twin brother will face criminal charges for her reckless act, we understand that nothing will bring him back. Nothing will bring back our father, our son, our brother, our nephew, our cousin. Our goal now as a family is to ensure that this never happens to another innocent citizen. We know the history of these cases. We know this is the formality. We know she's been charged, but then we get no convictions. We're demanding full prosecution. We want a conviction, and when that happens, this is a small victory, but we know we got to get ready to fight this war. In response to your question about Officer Shelby feeling remorseful, that's a good thing. It's a good thing, and that's good. And we flow in love and forgiveness, but that doesn't excuse the crime. It doesn't excuse the crime. I truly believe in accountability, and there's consequences to action. And so again, we're just thankful that the TPD, the mayor, they did their full investigation, and again, this is a small victory for us, and hopefully we can move through this process a lot quicker than slower.
It was this photo of 5-year-old
Video from a police helicopter shows Terence Crutcher with his hands up just moments before being shot and killed by Tulsa police last Friday.
Shots fired!
Tonight, the officer who fired Betty Shelby is being charged.
I determined that the filing of the felony crime of manslaughter in the first degree against Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby is warranted.
An attorney for the officer said after the shooting that Officer Shelby suspected Crutcher to be high on PCP. She said he wouldn't follow commands and seemed to be reaching into the car.
I got a subject who won't show me his hands.
But the video seems to tell a different story. While the lead investigator in the case told the Tulsa World that a vial of PCP was found in the car, no gun was found. Legal observers say charges against officers, especially this quickly, are unusual.
We're seeing public pressure, we're seeing more attention, and in rare cases we're seeing faster movement towards prosecuting officers.
The first steps in the long road to justice for Terence Crutcher and his family began today.
Tonight, Crutcher's family is mourning the father of 4, while arrangements are being made for the officer's surrender. Blake McCoy, NBC News.
Was there more than intelligence and
In the matter of the death of Terence Crutcher, I determined that the filing of the felony crime of manslaughter in the first degree against Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby is warranted. Officer Shelby, although now charged, is presumed to be innocent until a judge or a jury determines otherwise.
It was this photo of 5-year-old
With Terence Crutcher's SUV stopped in the middle of this 2-lane road, a 911 caller wasn't sure what to make of him.
Okay.
Officers responding to an unrelated call spotted him,
I got a subject who won't show me his hands.
but said he ignored their commands for more than a minute. Video from the police helicopter shows Crutcher had his hands up as he walked back to his vehicle. An officer in the chopper, who can't be heard by the officers on the ground, makes this observation.
That looks like a bad dude, too, to be honest with you.
Seconds later, one officer deploys his taser, another fires her gun. That officer, Betty Shelby, is on paid leave. She joined the Tulsa Police Department 5 years ago.
She said she was never this scared ever in her entire life.
Her lawyer says Crutcher was acting erratically, and his client thought Crutcher was trying to reach inside the SUV for a weapon.
She clearly believed him to be under the influence of some type of narcotic, possibly PCP, because she is a drug recognition expert.
The Tulsa World reports, citing the lead investigator in the case, that a vial of PCP was found in the SUV. Still, toxicology tests are not finished, and no weapon was found.
You can see.
Today, the attorney for Crutcher's family argued the video shows Crutcher wasn't reaching inside the vehicle because his window was up.
It shows that this department, like many police departments around America, see people of color as criminals or as suspects, but not as American citizens.
The district attorney is now reviewing the case to see if any criminal charges should be filed. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
It was this photo of 5-year-old
Betty Shelby, the law enforcement officer who shot and killed an unarmed man who had committed no crime and was complying with orders in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is now facing a manslaughter charge. The announcement was made by Tulsa County prosecutors on Thursday afternoon, less than a week since the innocent man was brutally killed. If convicted of manslaughter, she would face up to 4 years in an Oklahoma prison. His killing and the video has sparked nationwide outrage. It is one of the most clear cases of a wrongful police killing ever recorded. Crutcher had not broken any laws, but was treated immediately like a suspect in a crime. Even though he complied with unlawful orders by Tulsa police, he was tased then shot. He died a short time later. Since most officers who kill never face any kind of discipline or legal recourse, many will rejoice this turn of events. However, I would like to point out that this was not manslaughter. From the law firm of Oklahoma, any time one person takes the life of another, a homicide has occurred. While not every act of homicide is criminal, self-defense or military combat, for example, intentional deaths or accidental deaths resulting from criminally negligent acts, are prosecuted as felonies. Murder, which may be charged as either first-degree or second-degree murder, is often marked by intent. Manslaughter, on the other hand, may occur as a result of criminal negligence or rash actions in the heat of passion. Criminal negligence refers to an accident which leads to an unintended crime. The firing of Shelby's weapon was by no means an accident. Rash actions in the heat of passion does not seem to apply either. This is usually what would be claimed if a lover killed their spouse or someone they were sleeping with. It is also used in mutual disagreements that escalate and end with one party acting irrationally criminal. In this case, Crutcher was not involved with Shelby or her passions in any way. Her passions arose from her own fear and stupidity, and her police training. That training guided her. It was her intent, her motivation. This was murder. To call this an act of manslaughter is to somehow make Crutcher complicit in his own death. He was not. This is not justice. This is a bone thrown to distract us. And if these charges stick all the way to trial, and she somehow loses, you can bet she will not receive the maximum penalty. Do not extinguish your outrage. This justice is cold and unsatisfying. We will not be placated.